Whoops. Hi, I'm theciaellis, and welcome to Grandma's Homestead. And it's above freezing, but apparently my lips are still a little cold. I don't know. Okay, the chores are done, except for some ducklings. And let me show them to you, we'll talk about it. Out of the 25 original eggs that I had put in there, and I think I ended up pulling 4, I've got 15 ducklings, and they've all just done really good. But as you can see, they're 2 or 3 days old, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 4 days. And they're not going to last long in here. They still need the heat lamp because it was like 33, 32 degrees. I think it was 34 degrees this morning, and that's about what it is now. So, but they're too big for this, and I've got something else I'm going to set up and take care of today. And I think they'll be happy in their new home, but we'll have to check it out. We got to get it set up first. All right, Tom drug this up from the lower pasture for me, but it's not exactly where I wanted. I kind of wanted it way over there, but that's okay, because I think he forgets that we have to move them because ducks are messy. So, but I don't want to bring them back down that path because that's the path where we go down. You can see there's an actual path. We walk on that. So I think what I can do is I can turn it and bring it where it goes down this path. And then we can walk on the other side of the T-post there. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. And as little as those ducklings are, this is kind of big for them right now. And I'm going to bring a lamp out for them and set it up. But I'm going to try another thing. And, well, I'll show you just a minute. Let's pull this gate out and see how it looks set up inside of the chicken tractor. I think first what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this and see if I can get it going more into the right directions. That way I don't have to worry about trying to turn it so much with the ducklings inside of there. Let's go this way. Leave them alone. All right, we'll see how they do. The heat's here. They got plenty of water and plenty of food. We'll give them a few minutes to get acclimated and be a little less terrified. I think they're going to like it here. They're already eating the grass. Oops, sorry. So this should work out. I like having this because they are still so little. Plus, because they're little, if they happen to be able to slip through the little openings, I don't believe they can, but in case they do, I've got another layer of enclosure for them to have to try to get through too. So far so good. I think it'll work. And while it's cold, I'll have the lamp on. I'll watch them, monitor them, and see if they need to be warmed up. And of course, they've already found the water. So hopefully they'll find the heat lamp too. We'll see. They're going to have a little sun. I can see where the morning sun is coming in on them. And I don't know. I think this is going to work. I hope it does. I hope they can learn to get out of the water and not get themselves too wet and die from being cold. I'll check on them. Well, I've started on this by coming out here. But when I came out, they were over here in this sunshiny spot. And they seem to be doing okay. They were not underneath the heat lamp, so I just went ahead and turned it off. Everybody looks healthy and, well, I was going to say healthy and happy, but I'm not sure they're happy right now because they were happy. They were sunning and really enjoying themselves. Tonight when I do the evening chores, I'll turn this heat lamp back on. It does produce a light, so at least they can see, hey, so they can come to it. Right now they're enjoying the sun, and I'm glad. I think this is working. I think it's going to work out just fine. That's nice. I'm waiting for my glasses to get back lighter again. I guess they'll work on a little bit as we talk. I feel better about having them. I love ducklings. I really have a good time, but everybody knows that they're just messy as they can be, and they don't do well in a regular incubator. You constantly putting more wood shavings down, and you're constantly refilling the water and stuff. Now, the water will still be one of the things I'll have to do, but it's a bigger container and I won't have to do it like several times a day, and that'll work too. So I think that's going to work completely all the way around. They were comfortable before I came out there and messed with them. And it had been about an hour and a half since I'd set them there. So they had time to acclimate and they had time to determine whether they were comfortable or uncomfortable or whatever. So I think it's going to work out really good, and I'm glad for that. All right, I think that's all I got for you today, pretty much. I do want to talk to you about Streamyard. That's the company I use for doing my podcasts and stuff. It's kind of cool. For Streamyard, I do the This Grandma's Life podcast, and then I just recently did a recording of books highlighted. Got distracted because I still can't figure out how to get it onto iTunes, and I'm trying to get it to recognize my RSS feed, and I'm not doing something right. But Streamyard is an excellent way to record different things, like for podcasts and stuff, and I think there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do with it too. And you're going, I don't have a podcast, why are you telling me this? You might need to. Okay, part of it. Okay, so this is one of the things that I think is kind of interesting. Somebody has made a recording of this. Tom's family is from this area, so there's a good chance he's kin to a whole bunch of people here and stuff. Back in the 40s, there was a murder in the family, and I'm trying to streamline it, and so both sides of the family, the husband and wife and stuff, their families did not associate with each other, and this happened to be Tom's grandfather that got killed. Yeah, his grandfather had gotten killed, and so there's a family history there. I've often teased Tom that there's a whole side of his family he doesn't know, because on his mother's side of the family, they kind of basically disassociated themselves from the father's side of the family, and I've teased Tom that he may actually he married me because he might have accidentally married a cousin or something, but that was only kind of in jest, but he is akin to a lot of people. Well, we were at church the other day, and I can't remember, I think I brought up that story, and one of my friends, she goes, ooh, I think we're related. And she goes, but I think we've got a family member that has recorded different things in their life, and that sounds like one of the stories. And so she's trying to track down this family member and see if they can get a copy of that recording so that Tom can listen to this particular story, see if it's the same story that was that Tom has known all his life. So that's going to be kind of cool. But we all have stories. We all have interesting lives. No matter how you think about it, you have an interesting life. And recording it and having it in the future, especially now in the era of AI, and so there's so much stuff. So like, okay, misinformation or whatever, anything else like that. Somewhere down the road, somebody's going to want to know how things really were in our lifetime, how people lived, and not what they were read in a history book that had been modified and stuff. So I would encourage you to, and writing is hard work. I'm trying to learn how to write and stuff like that. Picking up a camera and looking into it and talking is pretty easy. Picking up a microphone and telling your story and putting it out to the world so that they can have it for posterity, that's even easier to me. I mean, part of the stuff is setting it up, especially if you're getting older. It takes a little bit to learn and everything, but I would encourage, what I'm saying is I'm encouraging you to start talking and doing your own story so that people can refer to it somewhere down the road. And Streamyard is an excellent way to do it. You can set it up where you can do, where you have a camera on you and you be talking, and you can do just audio. So you can have both audio and video and just audio. I do both audio and video for my This Grandma's Life podcast, and I do audio only for the books highlighted stuff. But think about it. Think about doing your own story. Or whatever you enjoy talking about, and do a podcast and go through StreamYard and use my link below. It doesn't cost you anything more, and I think you'll find this kind of gratifying, for yourself, if for other reason, because if you have family members, if you have children, if you have grandchildren, they can go back and look back on it too. All right, guys, I think I can have a song set for you tonight. I've got my alarm set, and we'll see how it looks like. God bless. Get up off the couch, unless you're recording a podcast. Find something to do, guys. There's so much to life. There's so much more than the television and your phone. There's so much to live for. When I die, I'm going to have so much I'm going to have to account to God for, but I really want to be able to go to God and say, I didn't sit and watch television my whole life. I didn't sit in front of my computer my whole life. I didn't sit in front of my phone my whole life. I got out there and I lived. So live until you die, guys. God bless. I'll see you next time.